Companies are the polar opposite of Google and Facebook. They collect voluminous amounts of information, but they don't share that information back with anyone. If they did, it would upend modern medicine and healthcare in a way that would be so profound that it would take our medical system back about 45 years. I was allowed to see your medical records, all of your demographic data. I was allowed to see your genetic data, but I was not allowed to have any contact with the patient or any contact with the treating physician. So even if I saw life-threatening drug interactions, I couldn't warn the patient.
Here is the question nobody asks. Why does the same disease kill ordinary people but spare the powerful? That's a question that changes everything. And that's a question we're going to answer. Not with theories, not with rumors, but with something far more shocking. Structure. Tier 1. Mass market medicine. Let's use the data. Chemo has a 2.1% effective rate for long-term survival, depending on the cancer type. Medical error is the third leading cause of death in America. Most prescriptions treat symptoms, not mechanisms. And that's the world my mother walked into when she developed stage 4 melanoma. Multiple rounds of radiation, chemo that stripped her hair and attacked her body. This is where I learned if I rely on the system, I die with the system. Tier 2. The unrestricted world of wellness. Red light therapy, hyperbaric oxygen chambers. The things that helped my family overcome a decade of undiagnosed Lyme disease when hospitals wrote me off as mystery cases. My stroke at age 6, my 2-day coma, relearning how to walk, my mother refusing to let doctors define my future. This tier showed me a truth. The human body wants to heal, just needs permission. Now, Tier 3. Private medicine, where results matter more than billing codes. This is where athletes, entrepreneurs, and connected families go, where treatments are customized, where recovery is expected, where standard of care is not the ceiling, it's a floor. My mother never got this tier. If she did, she might still be here. That's why this hits you differently. Tier 4. Presidential medicine, the level you weren't supposed to know exists. This is where the famous Vatican case lives. The one involving an Argentine doctor who treated a pope, the one the newspapers would never touch, the one that changed the course of medical diplomacy for a moment. It's logistics. Heads of state get better diagnostics, faster intervention, cross-border specialists. Treatments unavailable to the public. Not because the science is different, because the access is. Now, Tier 5. Extreme regenerative work. The level reserved for oligarchs, royal families, and oil dynasties. Real science. Organ scaffolding regrowth. High-end stem cell therapy, not legal in most countries. Advanced immunomodulation. Longevity compounds tested in private labs. Regeneration clusters using next-gen biomaterials. These are not fictional. They're just inaccessible. Not because you can't understand them, because you're not allowed to receive them. Tier 6. The black glass level. Quiet halls, nameless labs, no public footprint. This tier includes DARPA's tissue regeneration work, NIH's private immunotherapy vault, biotech companies building organoids for government contracts, classified age reversal experiments, neural rewiring research from defense departments. This tier is real. But it's not public, and it will never be. Because this tier is not about medicine, it's about power. This is a tier where sickness becomes optional, but only for the people holding the levers. So, what's the answer? It's a thing nobody ever thinks of, yet matters more than all 6 tiers combined. It's not the technology, it's not the treatments, and it's not the money. It's access. Access is a currency of the world. Access determines whether a disease is a death sentence or just an inconvenience. When your mother fought for your life, she wasn't fighting sickness, she was fighting the system. She was fighting for access. And here's the truth. The world doesn't have a healthcare crisis. It has an access crisis. Once you see that, you understand the whole world differently. This is Parrish Space.